Hello, I'm John Proxy on channel John on the West. This is my realm Reborn redemption. Lord of Inferno, hearken to our plea. Lord of the Inferno, deliver us from misery, says Amalja Zealots. Because this is the Bowl of Embers. We've been kidnapped. Oh, mighty Ifrit, Lord of the Inferno. I'm sure he has a deeper voice than that. Your humble servants beseech you. Grace us with your divine presence, he says. And look. There he is. Ifrit. And he don't look like he's in a good mood. That was quite quick, actually. O mighty Ifrit, we bring before you ignorant savages who know not your godhead. There's that bastard who betrayed us. If it please you, Lord, scorch their heathen souls with your cleansing flame, and mark them as your own. Bloody hells! Oh no, he's on our side. Bring those two as well. Yeah, they betrayed the two dudes. What's going on? This ain't what we agreed. None but servants of Lord Ifrit may behold the rite of summoning. The souls of the unbeliever are forfeit. No! Spare me, I beg you!
Pitiful children of men, by my breath I claim you. Arise once more as my loyal minions. Feed my flames with your faith, and all who stand against us shall burn.
So Ifrit, not very nice. Oh, mighty Ifrit. My one true god. Oh, I see, he's hypnotized them all. Your words of my bread. But it doesn't affect me. Impossible! By what sorcery do you resist my master's will? Yeah, somebody's made a ready check. I'm still doing the cutscene. Could it be? Your soul already belongs to another. Yes, that is the only explanation. Alright guys, I'm watching the cutscene. I'll have to say hello quickly when I jump in.
Forsooth, thy frail mortal frame can serve as a vessel to the blessing of but one. Yet I smell not the taint of another upon thee. The truth of thine allegiance waxeth clear. Thou art the godless blessed number. The paragons warned of thine abhorrent kind. Thine existence is not to be suffered.
Hopefully I've not annoyed the people too much by watching this cutscene. But I'm going to be starting very soon. Right. Sorry about that. Let's put on my Kiss of the Wasp. Let's tick the ready check. I do not know what the hell we're doing. I'm gonna stand there. Alright, I wish I knew. They probably had some sort of tactic and I've not seen it. I'm very confused. I'll have to play it by ear. Right, I just pay attention to the flames. Take that map away. I'm alive. I must count for something. It's nice they didn't wait for me. They must know people watch the cutscene. Wait for B apparently. Don't know what wait for B, get ready for B means. Bomb blast. B. Okay, that's B. That's C. That's X and A. Yeah, okay. I've not seen these symbols before, but... Let's put on my marmot at stake as well. I should have had that on. Nah, he's going to do something scary. I'll be... Surrender thyself to the fires of judgment, whatever that means. I assume the nail is bad. I'm going to fight the infernal nail. Oh, I see. No, I have no idea what's going on. I have to assume that that's bad though. He's saying BBB, so... There we go. Killed that. Get outside. Nope, that's not what I'm supposed to be doing. Fine, let's just stand behind him. Did a good job. I don't know if I did that right or not. I have no idea. Get out of that. No, I got hit. Down. Oh, I know to stay in the middle. Ah, I knew it was a bit hokey pokey. Ah, he's pretty strong. I have a feeling some of these people are overpowered. Get out of there. Oh, I was out of that. Let me out of that. I got healing though, so... Mug him. Love the idea of mugging Ifrit. Oh, he's going down easily. Right, there he goes. That took 8 minutes. That was much quicker than I expected it to be. I'm going to thank everyone, of course, though they might be disappeared after I've watched this cutscene. I am going to watch this cutscene, goddammit. Ooh, look, a bit of red crystal. Mmm, yummy. Oh, am I going to talk to Heideline? Heideline? Crystal! Symbols on the ground. Ooh. There we go, I've got a second one. Don't remember getting the first. I guess it was against the rock monster, wasn't it? Okay, I do remember getting the first. I'm a cat. Somehow I'm a cat. So this was the bowl of embers. Play forgive my lateness. Hey, dude, like, you have terrible timing. Just took down Ifrit. I was delayed by a congregation of Amarjal zealots. I swear it seemed more evangelical than the last. Persistent lot. That's a nice move. When do I get that? Whew. I see the Bloodsworn wasted no time in extracting the captives. No less than I'd expect from the Flame General's hand-picked men. There's the traitors. As for those two, it is fair to say their hardships have only just begun. They have much to answer for. I feel I owe you an apology, Neme. Had I known this mission would prove so dangerous, I would have never left you to face it alone. You've been given a veritable baptism of fire. See what you did there? See what you did there? No, you didn't. I'm a cat. But let us continue this conversation in more agreeable surrounds. Camp Drybones, shall we say. This way, sir. Well, let's follow those guys. Oh, and we're off. Hope we get something nice with this. So, that was the mighty Ifrit. No, he's got a voice, isn't he? Oh, he's Sting. And what a disappointment he was. The readings out of nowhere. Sorry. And what a disappointment he was. The readings are nowhere near what I had anticipated, even taking Aldan interference into account. You should know better than to rely upon 5-year-old data left by the 7th Legion. And that's a girl. Nor can we expect any form of support from the motherland, given the troubles at court. We have only ourselves to rely upon. Ever the pessimist, my dear Livia. Promise me you'll never change. We've wasted enough time here. That meter of yours is too old to give any reading worth a damn. I need a femme fatale voice. She's blatantly going to be a femme fatale. Not that that was aught worth a damn for it to read, but I take your point. I suppose we must content ourselves with the knowledge that we've achieved our primary objective. Yet I find that I'm troubled by that adventure as an unexpected show of strength. Could such a foe prove an hindrance to our plans? Perhaps, but it is a consideration for another time. You have been given a task. That is your priority. I suggest you treat it as such. Fail to do as my lord commands, and I will spare him the trouble of punishing you. With allies like that, beware woman in love. I shall need to be on my best behaviour. Who are you talking to, mate? So this is what they're going to do for the rest of the game. Just be on cliffs nearby going, yes! That's a thing that happened. Level up! I guess that happened a while back. Everyone's gone. Got 2,000 experience. Let's exit. Yeah, leave the duty. I won it, I think. Right, unfortunately I'm not in Dry Bone. I'm somewhere else. I was in the middle of selling some stuff ready for the video, but yeah, happened quicker than I was expecting. Send my brother a message. Ready for the bro venture. It is Friday after all, when I'm recording this. And since I'm not doing anything on the screen at the moment. Oh, now I am. Ooh, it sent me somewhere else. I wasn't here. Let's talk to Thancred. Ah, there you are, Neme. Come, rest a while. You have no better opportunity after witnessing their god's ignominious defeat. The Amalja will be less inclined to risk our wrath. For a time, at least. Now, where were we? Ah, yes. I was in the process of apologizing. I do hope you can forgive me. I arrived too late to be of any use to you or the abductees. They may be whole of body, but the same cannot be said of their minds. For once a man is tempered. But it suits me to dwell on the negatives. Amidst all our misfortunes, there is still reason to rejoice. Ifrit is slain, and by your hand, no less. That is a deed of no ordinary individual, Neme. Not that I ever thought you were ordinary. On the contrary, I have long suspected that you have an eye for that you have the potential to shape the fate of this realm. What can I say? My fine eye for talent remains undimmed. That is the deed of... Oh, no. Minfilia will be proud beyond all reckonings when she hears of your deeds. I trust you shan't object to my bearing the tidings to her. That way I can claim to have contributed something to this mission. You, meanwhile, have earned yourself a rest. Take some time to relax and return to the Waking Sands when you're good and ready. We can discuss the matters in more details then. Just don't take too long, will you? The realm's problems won't solve themselves. Well, to the Waking Sands we go. I was tempted to go to the Gold Saucer because I've not done that yet, but I think that deserves its own video. Was expecting Lord, you know, this quest to be quicker, take a bit longer even. So, yeah, it's Horizon. So, what am I, level 22? I think so. I can double check when the thing comes up. I've just finished my teeth. It's a shame, but I've got a little bit of beer. Not too much, I'm not getting off my face, but it's Friday. Finished work, relaxing. Maybe I'll do some dancing to exercise it off. But that's between me and my exercise regime. So yes, would be nice if people let me watch the cutscene, but we succeeded. It was, you know, we didn't get too bad. I don't think. I think we did. We won. I guess that's the most important thing, right? How close am I to a chocobo? Level 23, so not bad. Yeah, I made sure I rested in a city. That's the thing. So I'd have the experience buff. And hang on, my knife's not on. What, the heat of battle? Oh, that must be from my guild. I should say hello to my guild. Okay. That's good, I can't remember what it's called now. I should make myself more friendly, but I'm worried that the guild isn't very active. But then again, I did join at like the lowest level. They were taking anyone on. We'll see how it pans out. Right now, I imagine, you know, it's going to be... We're going to be a fair few episodes in before there's any real reason to really actively participate in the guild, basically. Who's that statue of them? I don't know, I'm in the right place though. There's a merchant amender, that could come in handy. I like that. You get that free, don't you? I'm told. I remember that from last time. I never got that far, but I think you get it free at level 50. Or in the storyline quest. Into the Waking Sands, take a sip of beer. And look, weren't you tricked? Oh, whatever. It's the scion of the Seventh Dawn. Ah, the triumphant hero returns! Thancred told us the news upon his arrival. He is presently in the Solar, giving a full report to Lady Minfilia. You should join them at once. Lady Minfilia is most eager to see you. Can I get myself a ring? Which I can't put on just yet, because stuff's going down. My late arrival nearly cost Neme her life. I wasn't there when the Amalja took her prisoner. And I wasn't there when they served her to Ifrit. And you weren't there when I killed Ifrit. Yes, by some miracle she survived, but that does not excuse the fact she should have never had to face such dangers alone. I failed her utterly. Just as I'm failing you all. What's done is done, Thancred. You can ill blame yourself for every... So what's the point of this skirt if it just isn't a skirt on the front? Neme, it is good to see you again. Impeccable timing, my friend. I just finished regaling Minfilia with your heroic exploits. Thancred has told me everything. You've done well to return to us. Well, not dead. The perils you faced were undeniably great, yet a part of me believes that I had no cause to fear. And now we can put paid to a long What? Now we can put paid to a long investigation. No, that is what he said. As suspected, the Amalja undertook both the robbery and the abductions with the aim of summoning their Primal Ifrit. Nor is the tale limited to Ul'dah. Similar incidents have been rife in both Limsa, Lominsa, and Gridania of late. I dare say you've been curious as to how these crimes are linked to the primals. Permit me to explain. Having manifested in the physical realm, primals must consume ether if they are to maintain their presence here, and the stronger they become, the more ether they require. Now, ether exists throughout creation. It flows for all life and permeates the very air we breathe. It's full of midi-chlorians. Alas, this alone will not suffice to sustain the likes of Ifrit. Nay, he and his kind require a more concentrated source of their ether, crystals. It is for this reason that incidents involving crystals can often be traced back to a primal. That leaves us with the why of the abductions. To understand this, you must first understand how primals are born. When all is well with the world, primals possess no physical form. Their essence is dispersed across a great river of ether. However, when the world is plunged into chaos, those who worship the primals cry out to their gods for deliverance from suffering. These cries serve as a beacon towards which a primal's essence is irresistibly drawn. It is this coming together or etheric coalescence which grants the being's physical form. Once born, a primal gains the strength from its followers' worship. The more numerous and fervent they are, the more powerful their god becomes. But the primals are seldom satisfied with such reverence as their adherents freely give. In order to gain more power, they do not scruple to create followers. They do this by tempering mortals, a process to which you yourself were subjected. Yet even as Ifrit took your comrades in his thrall, you alone remained unaffected. Sorry, this is her. But thanks to the power you possessed, the Echo. We know not the why of it, but those blessed with the Echo are immune to primal influence. It is as though a greater power protects us. When first you came to us, I told you that the Echo would be instrumental in dealing with the primal threat. I trust you now begin to see why. These recent incidents all share a common trait: meticulous planning. Such elaborate designs are a new development, and one that fills me with an unshakable sense of foreboding. While I share your concern, my presiding feeling is one of relief at your safe return. The immortal flames assured me that they will deal with the aftermath, so you need not concern yourself with that. We may rest easy for a time. I suggest you take full advantage of the respite, Neme. You may be sure it won't last long. Once the people learn the identity of the hero who felled Ifrit, I fear you will have nary a moment to yourself. It's just sods off. You sodding off as well? Just not sure what direction? Whether she intended to or not, Minfilia had neglected to tell you something. Something I think it would be best you heard from one of us. It concerns the tempered abductees that were rescued. I'm sorry to report that all are to be put to death, the flames with whom you were imprisoned included. Needless to say, this information must not be made known to the public. That's kind of harsh. I swear to you we would not do this if there were any other recourse, but once a man is tempered, he is tempered for life. His very existence lends strength to the primal whom he cannot choose but worship. And we scions continue our fight, that no more innocents need be sacrificed. I hope you will continue to stand with us, Neme. But I should be going. I must offer my apologies to the Flame General for the losses his people suffered. Till next time. See you, Thancred. One day maybe you'll tell me why you all have silly tattoos. Gods forgive me. How many more lives? Louis I would never have allowed this to happen. Or Louis Soir, whatever. I have to do better. I have to be stronger. I'm so tortured. My hero complex. Quest complete. Right, I'm Minfilia. What's up now? As you walk back in the room, a hero in the making. Minfilia is wearing a wry smile. I wonder why. Oh, because I'm famous, apparently. Oh, chance to be a fine thing. Until not so very long ago, you were but one of many adventurers seeking to make their way in Eorzea. But for your character and courage, you were raised to the esteemed post of envoy. Thereafter, you travelled the realm, aiding those in need. Nah, I skipped all those quests, love. Without thought of a reward, confirming to Ida and Papalimo that the Scions would benefit from your aid. And no sooner had you joined us, you personally bested the Primal Ifrit. Oh, I'm going to have to choose a free company, and I don't know which ones the rogues are. You have achieved a great deal in a short time, but won fame in doing so. Alas, fame does not come without a price, as you will soon discover. That seems really uncomfortable, that triangle. We have guests, Neme. Or rather, you have guests.
Beg pardons, beg pardons, beg pardons.
Now, technically my guild is with one of those already, but I don't know if... Ah, Lady Minfilia, radiant as always. I'm given to understand that Scions of the Seventh Dawn have but recently welcomed a new hero into their midst.
I'm here on the behalf of the Maelstrom, Grand Company of Limsa, to offer said hero a place of honour within our ranks.
As you see, Neme, your recent exploits have garnered you the attentions of the Grand Companies of Eorzea. Each organisation have Ifrit's Bane for its own. Would have Ifrit's Bane for its own. To this end, all three have sent officers to court you. They would not ordinarily go to such lengths to enlist a new recruit. That they have is evidence of their high regard. That they have is evidence of their high regard of you. I find myself wondering how word of Neme's deeds spread so quickly. That the immortal flame should know of her triumph is to be expected. But what of the other grand companies? Eep!
Your reputation precedes you, Mistress Phosphor. 'Tis no ordinary woman who can face a primal and emerge the victor. And imagine our pride when we learned that you began your journey as an adventurer in our own Gridania. Know that the people hold you in high esteem, and that you will always be welcome among us. The Order of the Twin Adder has need for valiant women such as you. Join your strength to ours, friend, and together let us ensure that peace ever reigns over the Twelveswood. What a pleasure it is to finally meet you, Mistress Phosphor. My comrades speak to you in the most glowing terms. A woman of your talent belongs to the immortal flames. Join your strength to ours, friend, and together let us secure a prosperous future for Alder. The Admiral was not exaggerating when she said you have the look of a hero. Full often does she speak of you, friend. It is only natural we should want you for the Maelstrom. Join your strength to ours, and together let us see the grand vessel of Limsa to the shores of glory.
I'm still a cat. So which one do I join? They've all got different bowels.
Lady Minfilia.
Very well. Though I'm quite sure you need no reminding, mayhap a brief summary of the situation would help clarify your thoughts on the matter. As you know, the Grand Companies are an all-encompassing organisations empowered to call upon martial, economic and technological resources of their respective city-states in times of strife. There are presently 3 organisations in Eorzea: the Maelstrom of Limsa, the Order of the Twin Adder of Gridania, and the Immortal Flames of Aldar. Serving a Grand Company means serving the nation to which it belongs. You will be charged with its defence and tasked with advancing its cause. In return for your faithful service, you will be furnished with various rewards, some of which may prove useful to you in other endeavours. If you are agonizing over which Grand Company best deserves your loyalty, be at ease. The commitment you make to this day need not be permanent. Should you wish to shift your allegiance at a later date, you are entitled to do so. Yet I concede that is no small choice of you face. A thought occurs to me. You will, of course, recall that the Free City-States are planning to hold remembrance services. As a part of the proceedings, I'm given to understand that the leader of each Grand Company will deliver an address. Hearing these addressees ought to help you make an informed decision. What say you, my dear officers? A fine suggestion. Yeah, I'm fine. The suggestion is fine. You're wise as you are beautiful, my lady. Very well. Let Neme hear us leaders speak, then return here with her decision. We eagerly await your answer. Right. I know full well that adventurers are by their nature a liberty-loving breed, and not best suited to the discipline of military service, but I strongly urge you to join a Grand Company nonetheless. While the promise of reward is enticing in itself, it is not the only benefit. You are possessed of great power, Neme, and with it you are capable of doing untold good. Yet know that great power is wont to attract attention. Not all of it is friendly. There will be those who wish you ill, and you must needs be on the lookout for them. Yet however vigilant you are but one woman in the midst of a Grand Company. However, you will be one woman among many, a friend amongst friends. Your achievements will be shared, and so will the danger. I can think of no better arrangement. Yeah, tell that to all the dead flames that we just killed. Of course, joining one organisation need not mean leaving another. Let's drink some beer. I hope that we can continue to rely upon your aid. The 12 know that we will have need of it in the days ahead. The Grand Companies seek to protect their own nations. We, Scions, on the other hand, seek to preserve the future of Eorzea as a whole. Similar, yet not quite the same. Now then, I expect you will be afield more often in the future. As such, I would have you carry this link pearl with you at all times. It will allow us to stay in touch regardless of location. I'll still, of course, call you here from time to time, which would be really annoying. No, she doesn't say that. She says, Eorzea is changing, Neme, and you have the power to help shape it anew. None can say what the morrow will bring, but so long as we believe in ourselves, there is naught we cannot achieve. Now is the time you made ready for your journey. Before you depart, be sure to speak to Tataru. She will appraise you as to where and when the remembrance services are due to take place. So in between videos, I'm going to have to check to see what the difference is between the Grand Companies. And yeah, I made good time. So let's go. Let's talk to Tataru. Sleep Solar. A hero in the making. Of course, this is going to be called the Bowl of Embers, even though that ended 8 minutes in. But whatever. Let's exit to Vesper Bay. They sell cars there, I'm told. Western Farm. I've got to make some food as well. But Tataru, I mean real life food. Not yet. I'm sorry about the attention you're getting, M.A. I might have sung your praises a little too loudly, and often to a few too many people. Next time, I'll be sure to hold my tongue, literally if necessary. Anyway, I expect you'll want to know where and when the remembrance services are taking place. If all goes to plan, Gridania's Grand Company, the Order of the Twin Adder, will hold the first of the free services, and Elder Seedseer Kani Senna will deliver her address at Miqo'te's amphitheatre. I should probably mention at this point that due to the organisational challenges involved in assembling all the involved parties, it's possible that the order of the services might change. Still, there is not much we can do about that, so make Gridania for your first port of call. Next, you'll need to go to Alder, where Flame General Roban Altin will be addressing the masses at the Royal Promenade. Oh, and it's rumoured there'll be a special guest. How exciting! Last but not least, you must make your way to the stateroom in Limsa Minsa, where Maelstrom Chief Admiral Merwib Blowflip will be giving her address. No, I can't pronounce her name either. The room is accessible via the Admiral's lift. Identify to the sentry Santhiel and he will admit you. Got all that? Well, off you go then. I hope you find the remembrance services suitably educational. I suggest visiting the city-states in my prescribed order, though with your record of impeccable timing and luck, the schedule may well change in favour of your preferred travel plans. Farewell. So I can do them in any order, basically. And if I can do them in any order, then I may as well just press this button here. And save a little bit of money. Do Roban first. This is going to be a weird episode. Well, I get that that's the point, right? I'm only following the story. They're going to be centric episodes, but it's a little bit odd. And of course, I remember 32, and I'm trying to think of what have I missed? What have I not quite got around to doing yet? I mean, I know there's Hawk Manor, and I know there's 2 instances I've not done yet, and I was about to. I think there's 2 instances, Hawk Manor and another one, and I'm guessing Hawk Manor's left, but it feels like I've got a while till Hawk Manor. So, you're an idiot, John. So, Ethernet, Chamber of Rule, I guess. Yeah, let's get this all out of the way. But at least I'm not crafting. I have, unfortunately, run out of beer. Maybe I'll use one of these opportunities to grab the last one out of the fridge. I think this is the way. It's not to lower level. What's this? That's the Alchemist's Guild. Okay, the Alchemist's Guild is here. But where the hell? Lower level. Oh. No, I found it. There's the wellhead lift. It'll be that. Did she say? She said one of the lifts, but I don't remember her saying this lift. Doesn't matter, I found it. Lola Maya. So, oh no, airship landing. Oh, how do I get to Roban? Let's go to Ruby Road Exchange then. No, let's try airship landing. No, I've changed my mind again. I don't know the way, and it's gonna annoy me. She literally just told me where it is. I see, but I don't see. I've not had a reason to talk to Roban. I could just press the button, it will tell me, won't it? I'll check the button. I'll check the button. Okay, Alder. Royal Promenade in Alder. I was just there. God damn it. Alright, let's go to the hosting ship and get myself a beer. Yes. I'm just over here. I can keep talking. Just popped over to my fridge. It's a bottle. It's got a gear, but it's got like a pull-off top. It's nice. Like, was that not there before? Or did I have to activate it? Oh, I guess I'm not too far away. Did I? Yeah. Yeah, no, I was literally standing in the right place. Anyway, let's pull off this. It's a Tuborg. Looks like Eastern European or something. I don't know if it is. There we go. No cutscene. Let's get a beer ready. Hopefully I can do all three of these.
Behold, 'tis the Sultana Nanimal herself!
And
Yay!
Reborn as well.
Hark you, souls of flame, drawn to the bosom of the desert, where the fire burns brightest and shall rage forevermore.
Forevermore.
Hurrah!
He said things! Oh yeah, that was brilliant.
Since antiquity, under the sage and judicious rule of the Ul dynasty, we have wrought sand into gold.
Oh, yeah, it's
Where by the grace and glory of Naldar have our brave sons and daughters flourished and prospered. I speak of Uldar!
Well, there's the twins.
There, at the Flame General's back flies the Grand Company's standard. Note the sigil. The golden scales of order balance the jewel of prosperity with the flame of might.
Well, that youth is rather self-assured.
Great and many are the gifts our nation has given the realm. In Eorzea's darkest hour, on the killing fields of Cartano, none spent more in blood and gold than we. Thus was the 7th Imperial Legion laid low.
Laid low.
So that's how it
He's
happened.
brilliant at speeches.
How soon history forgets.
Yet many left our gates, never to return. Let us pray for our absent brothers and sisters, that they might know happiness in the great beyond, as Thal's honored guests.
So we don't. We don't actually remember what happened to the Calamity, but we know certain people were there and they bits and pieces.
If the fates were fair, the price we paid that day would have bought us victory. Alas, they are not.
Alas.
And now, but 5 years into this 7th Umbral era, the spirit of sacrifice which granted us our strength is all but dead. Look around you. What do you see? A people divided, downtrodden and enthralled.
They're in fault because of your lovely speech, mate.
Where are the merciful alms of the rich? Where is the just steel of the righteous? I ask you, is this the great nation our brothers and sisters gave their lives to save?
Sort of. Sort of. Sort of. Sort of.
You
Oh, no.
who call this living, dishonor the name of the immortal flames. It is but a slow death.
I'm not sure this is for me.
Our enemies surround us. The savage hordes of the Amalja wait beside our roads, strangling the lifelines of trade. Meanwhile, the Garleans make mock of our borders and despoil our land of its natural wealth. We stand on a precipice,
Oh.
yet we do not act. Whether trader or soldier, monetarist or royalist, all must recognize that a divided Uldar stands to fall. Victory and fortune walk hand in hand. Ye who seek glory and wealth, look not to what little you can snatch from your neighbor, but to the boundless wealth of the world beyond. Now is the time to unite. Now is the time to ride forth.
Now it shall
In the
be
name of the Sultana, I
Your-
beseech you,
Independence Day.
line not your own coffers, but those of the immortal flames. Seek not to prosper from Uldar, but to restore her to prosperity. As the realm prospers, so shall Uldar. As Uldar prospers, so shall her people.
So saith we all.
Ya for Ulda!
Yeah!
Together we are one.
And staff. I agree with the sentiment.
Your grace.
Reborn.
Ooh, she's got a voice. Yay!
People of Ulda.
She's got the best
I,
mount.
Nanimo, 17th in the line of all, address you.
Address you.
Much has been made of the wealth of Ulda. Yet those who measured that wealth in coins and carats are gravely deceived. For the true wealth of Ulda lies in the health, happiness, and hopes of her people.
Oh, isn't that precious?
Beloved subjects, I bid you raise aloft the torch of Ulda, that her flames might serve as a beacon for all Eorzea to see.
Long live Nanimo!
Yay! Nanimo!
Fortune.
I love the tone
Strike
Sultana
fearless
still.
into the inferno, for we are by fire reborn.
Sorry, I gotta move my mouse so. Hopefully there was time. That's definitely the screenshot anymore. The problem is I've got to put the bloody logo on the screenshot.
The time is now!
I
If
believe.
you'll permit me.
Oh, it was brilliant!
No.
Alphino.
And my sister, Alize, at your
I'm
service.
Alphino and Elise. Aren't you a French singer?
I saw at a glance that you were a fellow traveler.
We've met before.
You might call us students of history, sampling the realm's remembrances in pursuit of enlightenment.
You know, we can tell when you're being sarcastic, right? You're not subtle. They're very small for Elizen elves. The old Dans have a long history of conflict with the Amalja, the beast tribes that worship Primal Ifrit. Judging by your look of distaste, I take it you have encountered them. The old Dans do not shy from confrontation. If aught threatens their precious prosperity, they will seek to crush it. So have they dealt with Ifrit thus far, smothering his flames each time he is stoked to life. Yet he is but one of several problems. Though they have been quiet these past 5 years, the Garleans have not gone away. Meanwhile, refugees continue to arrive in droves, and Ulda has no clear policy on how to deal with them. After all, not even the Sultanate's coffers are bottomless, and even assuming that they had the coin, resources will ever be finite. Which brings me back to the subject of Ifrit. It has been observed that the Amalja are summoning him with ever-increasing frequency. Every time they do so, the old Durans send their forces to smite the Primal, and though they invariably succeed, each victory is bought with blood. It is a war of attrition which they cannot well sustain, because it's a war of attrition, and that's how war of attritions work, hence the term war of attrition. Small wonder then that the immortal flames are eager to recruit more members. At such a desperate hour, an adventurer of your experience would be most welcome addition to their ranks. Sorry, is that... I can't tell who's talking. I imagine they have the same voice now. Right. We're not going to be able to finish all these. So... Can... Square. So Gridania. We're gonna hero in the morning. We'll see. We'll get one more done, and we'll finish hero of the a hero in the making. Says it right there, John. I looked at my recording video like as if that would tell me something that this screen didn't. I'll finish a hero in the making on the next episode, obviously, because there's no reason to make this go over time. Yes. Well, where am I in? I'm in Gridania, so... Gridania. Now I know this one. I think. I went to the wrong place, didn't I? Well, first thing I need to do is change the start of New Gridania. I didn't even look at how much money then, but I've still got quite a lot. I know it's probably not a lot. Sorry, that was my beer being put down. It's probably not a lot to, you know, a normal person, somebody level 50. But then again, it's not going to be an issue until then either. So, still, I've got to remember to set this as my favourite point. Until the game kicks in and forces me to go places, I may as well have these as favourite points. So, yeah, Bent Branch Meadows. There we go. I think that's correct. So if I click teleport, I have one in each location. And I don't need Aldar Steps and Knoll because that's my home point. So, where we are? Oh, it's the amphitheatre. There's literally one at the amphitheatre. I know this one. Yes, John, what are you doing? Amphitheatre. Right, here we are. And I get to see Senna, and I guess it's going to be pretty much the same as last time. Them telling the history, and then two twin Ellison sarcastically saying, yes, it was a bit like that, but not quite. Let's see. At least I get to stop talking.
I lost my son to the calamity.
The three Seed Seers are all together.
Oh no.
Some say you couldn't take a step without stumbling over a body.
Yes, yeah, I didn't even know we could get that many hedgehogs in there. Who would have thought it? Well, I don't think this is an activity for us, is it? Sorry, it's just about to begin.
Our forebears were once strangers in the Twelveswood.
This is why we don't let the forebears in anymore. We don't like strangers.
Fearful of the green wrath, they hid themselves in the dark recesses of the earth. Yet they dreamed of basking in the dappled sunlight of the forest. Through great effort, they proved their worth to the elementals, and were granted a place beneath the boughs. So it was that Gridania was born, some 5 centuries ago. Working hand in hand, the Hure and the Ellison settlers sowed the seeds of our civilization. And soon, they were joined by folk of all races. So nourished by the waters of unity, and blessed by the light of the matron, Gridania flourished into the great nation it is today.
Do you see the Gridanian standard? There, hanging behind the Elder Seed Seer.
Yeah, I do.
The entwined serpents represent the unity between Hure and Ellison. An elegant symbol, do you not agree?
No, I don't. It's rubbish. Not elegant at all. It looks like snakes.
In accordance with the
See a
will
snake?
of the elementals, we have embraced a life of peace. Alas, our neighbors have not always sought the same for themselves, nor for us.
Is that another one of the Seed Seers then?
Though we Gridanians have
those
no
two.
love for war, we have still less for those who would threaten our way of life.
What we
Ever
absolutely
have
love.
we fought to protect the sanctity of the Twelveswood.
And ever have we thought to have white leaf tuck things attached to our ears?
When the Garlean Empire brought its war of conquest to Eorzea, we rallied under the noble standard of the Twin Adder that we might push back the encroaching darkness. And it was we who prepared the ground for the reformation of the Eorzean Alliance, that all the peoples of this realm might stand united against the common threat.
Or they might not. I'm easy either way.
"5 years ago, the Alliance met the armies of the Empire upon the fields of Cartano. It would prove the bloodiest battle in recent memory. Countless Gridanian lives were lost.
Those bloody battles. Ugh.
As Supreme Commander of the Order of the Twin Adder, ever shall I bear the weight of our people's sacrifice.
I mean metaphorically, obviously. Don't actually ask me to do anything. I'm pretty good at speeches, though.
Alas, their loss was not the only tragedy to befall us that day. For soon came the calamity.
No. Did you not talk to Roban? You don't pronounce it alas, it's a loss.
The scars borne by our forest are a constant reminder of its violence. Our lives have been irrevocably changed. Each waking hour, a struggle to survive.
We're going to have to do this at one-third
Driven
time.
to desperation, some among us have strayed from the path of righteousness, resorting to banditry, poaching, and other unconscionable deeds.
And those guys are bastards. Utter bastards. Why'd you do that, you bastards?
To compound our woes, the Ixal have returned in force, emboldened by our suffering. They test our defenses nigh without cease, and prey upon the vulnerable.
Should have done this place last. Hawk's Manor is in Gridania. Damn it, I didn't think of that.
So beleaguered from within and without, it is of little wonder that our unity now falters. Dark times are upon us.
I'm trying to figure out what Hawk's Manor has to do with the actual storyline. It feels like a side quest. It might
Time was a man could walk the high roads without fear.
I also have an opinion.
On this day, 5 years ago, countless Eorzeans laid down their lives that we might behold another dawn. Please join with me in honoring their memory.
And then we can behold Don Corneo, my favourite Don.
And how do you propose to honor the memory of those you cannot remember, pray tell?
It's easy.
The destruction wrought by the calamity was indiscriminate. It dealt death to Eorzean and Garlean alike. Yet while we have labored to rebuild our homes, to rebuild our lives, the Empire has set about raising steel fortresses here in the Twelveswood.
Always time for a bit of propaganda.
Let none be mistaken. The Garleans remain the greatest threat to our survival. If we are to stand against them, we must remember what it is to be united. Our many troubles blind us to the woes of our fellow man. Thence is harmony lost. Yet harmony is the founding principle of Gridania.
Thence is not a word I get to use, ever. Because I'm not entirely sure what it means. I know what hence means. I'm not entirely sure what thence means.
We are gathered here to honor the fallen. Let them be honored not only in word and thought, but through concerted action.
She said thought. Thought.
I bid you, join hands with me once more beneath the Twin Adder standard. And together, let us heal the forest's wounds, that our progeny might live in harmony beneath these ancient boughs. For serenity, purity, and sanctity.
Yay! Sorry, I'm not taking a screenshot of this. It's still going to be the Sultana.
We must think of the children!
Why won't anyone think of the children? The Chicken Orientals! Sorry, that's inadvertently racist there. Man. There's a particular advert I'm referencing, and my word, that's a very, very, very old advert. And it's not aged well, that particular advert, but it was from the very early 90s, where we weren't quite over the 80s yet. The 90s is really interesting. I'm sorry, there's nothing going on. But yeah, the 90s really is a kind of nondescript time. It is defined by the 80s and the noughties. It's kind of doesn't have itself. It's kind of... Do you think that's interesting? It feels like that.
Fancy meeting you again.
I should let you go after this conversation. I'm tempted to spend the next 15 minutes doing the last one. I'll see how long these two talk. The Gridanians are unfortunate enough to have to contend with the two beast tribes. The Ixal are unquestionably the more troublesome, being a naturally warlike disposition, and want to summon their bloodthirsty primal Garuda. The Sylphs, by contrast, are peaceful in nature, being mischievous rather than malevolent, and have long been on friendly terms with the Gridanians, until recently, at least. Alas, they have grown aloof, a change observed at roughly the time they summoned the primal Ramu. The Gridanians have no love for war. What? And they could... Yeah, of course, I thought... Yeah. And they consider open conflict a last resort. Though they clash with the Ixal ever more regularly... I don't like that word. You may be assured that they do so in self-defense. As for the Sylphs, they are yet bound by peace treaty, though one wonders how long it will be before it is broken. Okay, I know I've got a Sylph quests as well, so I guess the Sylph quests lead on to Hawk Manor, maybe? I'm trying to remember. The 12th Wood was grievously wounded during the calamity, leaving the Gridania vulnerable to attack. The people are hopeful that restoring their wood, and thereby the power of the elementals, will put an end to their woes. Yet how long will that take? Centuries, I wager. Meanwhile, the Ixal will continue their incursions, spurred on by Garuda and her insatiable appetite for destruction. I did not know Garuda was a girl. Or woman, whatever. Whether Gridanians like it or not, sooner or later it will come to all-out war. And when it does, the Order of the Twin Adder will need all the help it can muster. How valuable might the aid of a capable adventurer prove to them then? They're wearing tall shoes. Where can I get their shoes? Well, perhaps... I'm very short. Well, perhaps we will find out if the Elder Seedsayer's words fell on fertile ground. Nah, mate, I'm just going to look up the stats online and just choose one then. Don't say goodbye then or anything. So, I've got to make a decision right now. Do I spend the next 10 minutes doing another one? Let's see, my brother said he'd arrive at 15:15. I've got 15 minutes. I am actually going to extend the video. Let's... for a start, I know the way back, and that's going to help me loads. Could have teleported, but it is close. And the reason I do this is because it's just be annoying to do in the next episode. I know, there's only one left, so it's got it. No, I'm an idiot. I was in the wrong place. God damn it. Well, I'm wasting a little bit of time. I can't cut all this out, but I'm not going to! I've gone a bit quiet because I'm leaning back because of all the talking. Oh, I don't know. Aetherite Plaza, yeah. There we go. Oh, look at that troubled adventurer. So yeah, after this, I'll come back here. I'll set this. Might set this as my favourite home point. In fact, I'm going to do that now. Because I think... I'm coming back here. Might be wrong, but I think I'm coming back here. Let's try and do this as quickly as possible. Get it done. I basically, thematically, it makes sense that these are all in the same episode. And then, before I choose where I'm going... Why am I taking the ship? That's really patient of me. Especially since I'm trying to speed through this episode. Ah, you know what? The ship landing is the correct floor as well, so I think I took the sensible decision there. So Limsa Laminsa. Yes. 120 gil? Could have teleported for that. My brother says 1:15, he'll be a little bit later. Though saying that, he was early last time. Now, he is, if you might have looked at the YouTube, he is the brother from the Bro Venture. I've got another brother, and maybe he'll join in one day, but that would be a co-adventure. I've got rules, and if all three of us do it, it'll be a co-bro venture. And if they do it without me, that would just be a co-bro. I'm not, how that, I don't know what happens if I, because this isn't an adventure, it's a redemption. So I guess it'd be a bro-demption. Or a co-redemption. Let's go to the drowning wench. I thought that was the right floor. I'm not sure. Well, I'm very close, whatever it is. Oh, that was a quick load. Come on. Yeah, we... I just did something dumb, didn't I? Yeah. Alright, fine. Bulwark Hall. Damn it. Be a quick load. Be a quick load like the last one. It's not a quick load, is it? Wow, I'm already 8 minutes over time. Why does the time pass? There's 2 beers. I'd want to work. It's Friday. I did mention that before. Xanthale. There we go. Who to attend the remembrance service? Be quick. The Admiral is due to give her address at any moment. Let's proceed to the stateroom. And I guess I have to end the episode when I hand in the quest.
The Garleans are another matter altogether.
So much for our alliance.
It's sunk beyond the seabed.
Right, so I should be pretty good at accents around here. Since it's, well, it's Scottish I can't do, but I can do sort of Cornish, I'm a pirate guy. Sort of thing. I should. I am Cornish. That should be my natural accent. I'm a bit rubbish. I can do her accent.
Brothers and sisters of the sea, hearken unto me. Look upon this, our mighty crimson standard, and tell me your hearts do not swell with pride.
I don't like to take pride in things that I don't
700
actively do.
summers have come and gone since our forefathers first ran aground in this fertile bay. In that time, guided by the Mother of Oceans, Limsa Lominsa has grown from humble fishing village to uncontested ruler of the 5 seas and beyond.
Is she a really tall human? What is she? I mean, that sounds really rude, doesn't it? What are you?
Did you look as the Admiral bid you? It is a rather stirring standard, I must say.
Definitely not bog standard.
The crimson field is meant to signify the blood of fallen crewmates, while the black longship represents a pirate vessel.
When the Garlean Empire marched upon Eorzea, we assembled beneath the Maelstrom Standard, and our grand company was reborn. All answered the call, from the Knights of the Barracuda to Hilcier's bloody executioners. And together, we met our would-be conquerors upon the field of Cartino.
Those bloody executioners.
That day, the world bore witness to the united strength of Limsa Lominsa.
And we don't mince words. You heard me.
I swear to you, no army ever fought harder or with more courage. Yet many of ours did not survive. Join me now in remembering those who fought in the name of freedom and fell. May their souls be returned to the sea.
I mean, she looks a bit like a cat with that nose, but she doesn't have, you know, the cat ears. I mean, like, she's an Elizon, obviously, but she doesn't... Well, okay, I guess I answered the question. She's an Elizon.
Yes, they have always been rather fond of their freedom.
Well, have you met Americans?
Much as the beast tribes have. Small wonder. Beneath the surface, one would struggle to tell them apart.
Everyone else doesn't really care about their freedom.
It has been 5 long years since the calamity struck. 5 long years of tireless rebuilding. Yet still the wounds of the calamity fester and weep. But when I stand atop the mizzenmast and gaze out upon our battered and broken vessel, I see an undying spirit. Did we not build all this from the wreck of the Galadian all those centuries ago? Shall we not do so again?
And ironically, Fester and Weep are my favourite members of the Addams family. But that has nothing to do with anything, actually. It's not even ironic.
Yet there are those who would see this ship of ours sink beneath the waves of the restless Rotano. The Sahagin creep ashore seeking blood for their accursed god.
Sahagin. That's how you pronounce that. Never heard it before. Well, I have heard listened to this cutscene before, but that was a couple of years ago. Sahagin.
Those fishback
The
bastards.
Sahagin have risen?
Did they smell
While
like
the
fish?
mines of Ogomoro spew forth kobolds who push ever south, despoiling our lands as they go. These savage beast tribes will be the first waves to crash against our creaking hull.
I like water and vessel metaphors, because we're a pirate nation.
And behind them swells the grim tide of the Garlean Empire.
See, I did it again.
Even now, the curs fly their flags within our borders.
The wankers.
Not, but that they will be upon us ere long.
And
We
they
are
are
well
short.
nigh surrounded. Yet there are those among us who would rather turn their swords against their crewmates than our cannons against our foes.
Again, I feel like this isn't the time. Like, you're trying to inspire people. Don't just suddenly go, but some bastards are bastards!
How can we hope to repel our many enemies when mutiny breeds below deck?
Below what?
There is but one course left to us.
Forwards!
One bearing that will bring us victory over the beast hordes and the Empire both.
Forwards!
And we must mend the rift the calamity has reopened twixt pirate and maelstrom, and stand fast
Sorry,
with our
skipped it,
adventurer brothers against the coming tempest.
Let's go forwards!
Mark ye well, a crew without unity is no crew at all. 'Tis but a mass of drowned men.
Which is kind of funny, because a mass of drowned men is one of the bosses in the Dark Souls trilogy. Or maybe not, I might make that one up.
Then, brothers and sisters of the sea, gather beneath the undying crimson standard and pledge me your strength, your skill, your wisdom. And with the guidance of the navigator, this great vessel of ours shall ride the waves till sea swallows all.
Now, obviously, I should do a quick impression of the guy who did the voice of Flight of the Navigator. But I'm not American. I don't even know that guy's name. But you know who I mean. That guy. Pee-wee Herman. But I can't do it. I can't.
Long live the Admiral!
I think she's really cool!
Lads!
The standard's crimson. I thought it was just red. Grr!
Follow ye to the 7 hells, Admiral!
I'd go only to 6. Right, I can't let you go yet, because I need to have some sarcastic twins talk to me. Then I'll
Fancy
let you go.
meeting you again.
As the Admiral mentioned in her address, Limsolo Mincer is plagued by two beast tribes. The first are fish-like Sahagin, worshippers of the primal Leviathan. The second are the kobolds, who dwell beneath the earth and take the primal Titan for their god. As if the beast tribe's presence weren't troublesome enough, the Garleans have chosen to erect a fortress right in the Lominsians' backyard. And that is to say naught of internal strife. The nation of pirates, there is no end to the blood feuds between the various factions, and while they fight among themselves, the Garleans whet their blades and watch. If Lominsians are to have any hope in withstanding the Empire, they must first resolve their own affairs. Have I done any fighting in this episode? No, I fought Ifrit, didn't I? I defeated Ifrit. Differences must be set aside, and the primal threat dealt with once and for all. To this end, I expect they will soon take decisive action against the beast tribes. Mark my words, the Maelstrom Standard will be drenched in a deeper shade of crimson ere long. That a capable adventurer like you would be a valuable addition to their crew is beyond question. I like how she's surprised every time he says that. Dude, you've just been to like 2 identical places. It's done. Anyway, I guess I have to hand this in before letting you go. Oh no, I'm getting a phone call. So I just think the ogre women look kind of interesting. Neme, this is Minfilia. You are well, I hope. Would I be correct in thinking that the final remembrance service is now concluded? A moment ago, you say? No, I didn't say. I was really quiet. She didn't even make a note. What a coincidence! Jesting aside, I trust you remember our guests from the Grand Companies? Well, delighted though we are to have them here at the Waking Sands, it would not do to keep them in suspense any longer than necessary. In short, hurry back. Right, I think I'm actually going to let you go. But I've been John Proxy, having, well, Channel John and West, that's where I am. But this has been, what has it been, John? Well, this has been, what's it been, John? It's been my Realm Reborn Redemption, that's what it's been. Click Harvest Grounds. I'm going to say goodbye, and I'll see you guys next time.